Hey guys, it's Amanda. Welcome to the Garcia Blended family. I know we're doing kind of like a grocery challenge, and I didn't really film last week. We ate a lot of leftovers. We didn't have all the kids. There was a time we went out to eat. We ate with our in-laws. We were working. We just ate like little odds and ends and quesadillas, just nothing major. Like I didn't really cook a full meal. The only thing I did make, my husband put in a corned beef and cabbage. So we actually have that leftover. We will eat that tonight. We will also, we have a little bit of a ham left. I had a spiral cut ham that I had got like half price, and we went ahead and we made that yesterday. My youngest son turned 1, so we had dinner with my in-laws and we did a ham and just different things like that. So we have leftovers with that we can do sandwiches with, or we have black beans left that I'll show you when we do our fridge challenge, and we're just gonna eat on that. Like we eat leftovers. So we have a couple different meals, so I'll wait to cook until that. We do have some meals planned for this week as we need them. So it's just really important, I feel like, not wasting food. So I won't commit to making a meal. I'll have meals reserved and ideas in the back of my mind of what I want to make, but I won't make it if we have a ton of food in the fridge that needs to be eaten. So we will eat those leftovers. If we don't quite have enough, what we will do is we'll make something extra to go with it, some snacks, something, but we'll eat that food because just there's no reason to waste a ton of food. So I'm going to show you my freezers at the beginning of this week's challenge, and I'll show you what's in there. I'll show you some leftovers we have, and then I'll start filming what meals we have. If your family isn't big on leftovers, then I couldn't handle that. But you know, you just might want to plan more and add vegetables if it's not quite enough food, if you don't want to cook extra. I like cooking extra because it gives me a day off. My kids are enjoying cooking, so that gives me another night off. So if I can, I mean, I don't mind cooking, I like to cook, but if I can take a day and not have to, then that's okay too. So let's start with the fridge challenge. So what we'll do is we'll show you how everything's coming down in our fridges, and then at the end of the week we'll show you again. Okay, so right now it looks like we are like have an abundance of food. I had bought a bunch of stuff and we're just still going through it. So, you know, I had those paleo cakes that I had tried because we're trying to eat a little bit low carb when we can, like at least one meal carb free, one meal low carb, and then one moderate, because you know they're still teenagers and they still want to eat. So these were like 11 grams of carbs for pancakes for three 3-inch pancakes. So we ate one. It's a little bit smaller, so that's really not bad. I had jarred, there's a video coming out where I don't know if it's out yet, but I jarred a bunch of tomatillo salsa. Now it's not as spicy, but it got it out of my freezer. It's all fresh ingredients. I canned it. This is just one I took out because I wanted to try it. It's not as spicy, but I have peppers all the time. So what I'll do is I'll just blend extra peppers and add it whenever I open a jar. So I'm fine with that, but the flavor is very, very good. And then I have, and I should show you my canning shelf to show you how much we're going through there. I canned a bunch of pickles. So when we open these and we eat these with a meal, like we'll go through all these pickles. It's so sad. So I might have 40 jars of pickles, but really if you think about it, that's like 40 meals. My husband also loves these because these are the little pickling cucumbers. He'll take a jar and he'll leave it at work and the guys will share it. Like they have a fridge, and he also will keep a jelly there that the guys can use. So we don't mind sharing. You know, you put out in the universe what you get and it comes back. We have a little bit of Parmesan cheese. This is a little bit of spinach dip. My husband, we just prepped a bunch of fruit. Guys, this was a pineapple that was prepped this morning, and this is what's left. So the struggle is real. I do cold brew coffee, so whenever I have some left, in case my 3 older ones, I'll let have a cup of coffee, but this is concentrate, so we'll dilute it and have more like a little mini drink. So I do let them have a little bit, especially if they're like super concentrating on school. I do let them have a little bit of caffeine. The 8-year-old I monitor more just because he's 8. We have a little bit of dip back there. This is like a cheese spread. These are sliced peaches. that we cut up because we had a bunch of those. So like we're doing game night in just a little bit, and we're also gonna do a super fun challenge. So we'll take one of these out, and we have all the kids. So between, one is super picky about fruit, but everybody else will eat this. So 6 people eating this, it's like 2 pieces a piece and it's gone. We also have some strawberries there that we prepped. This is, yeah, my husband, I made him like a fruit salad. There's mango prepped. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is like a leftover. So we went out one night for the 1-year-old's birthday. They'll have a treat with dinner or lunch while we're playing games. We got a bunch of different drinks. This is what's left of our ham and black beans, so we'll eat this with some rice for a meal and some fresh veg. We still have plenty of lettuce. Oh, sorry, we still have plenty of lettuce and herbs. I had gotten a whole box of these. I think there was 15, and it was like 10 bucks. So I gave some to my mother-in-law because my kids will be there this week a little bit. We still have some blueberries left, some fresh garlic, tomatoes, and then very little in here. I still can make some Parmesan with that. We still have a little bit of ham and salami opened up, and then just a couple of these little snacking cheese. Oh, and I forgot to say, I got sidetracked. So this at Costco was a huge, like 2-pound salami that I had just cut up in chunks and then quartered. So we'll eat a little bit of that. I also got like a cheese ball and some crackers. So we'll just snack and eat some fruit, vegetables, cheese and meat and different things. But I just keep refilling my butter from my stash. You know, these are just some salad dressings as we eat these. I still have chicken broth to make my chicken and rice meal. Some peppers. I cut up a bunch of these garlics. Just so we would have it yeast. But a lot of this stuff, you know, you can even see here, like these are jellies. I always have, this is my last ketchup. The amount of ketchup we go through is so sad. We always keep a jelly, some chicken broth here. So that's that. And then down here in the freezer, so because I pulled the tomatillos from this, it's a lot smaller. This is from the other day we had used half, so I'm gonna make more like Swedish meatballs with that next time I do vegetables. Of course, still have a couple sandwiches, and you can tell this is almost empty. We'll use some of this stuff. These are, again, the roast that I don't necessarily want to eat. We're gonna make some fried rice and have like a Chinese night that night, so some of this will be gone. So here we go. Again, I still haven't cleaned this out like I said I was gonna do, but you know, the struggle's real. So you can start seeing this is like stuffings and crackers. This is almost gone. We keep these in stock pretty regular. It's easy to put leftovers on tostadas. Pickling stuff. This again is some canning. There's some nuts in here that I have to check the date, and a couple little things. But this is mostly canning stuff. This, I've moved some stuff around. I'm gonna make a gnocchi dish, but we use most of this paleo. I think these are some crackers. And then again, the baking. You can actually see in the baking. And you'll see I bought like a Jiffy mix. The kids really liked that one I made with the beans and rice, so I bought another one just to make it even. And then you can definitely tell a difference here. We're able to keep the cheeses here, but this isn't quite as bad. I made those salsas and I used half a bag of jalapenos. I must have just got the bag because these were spicy, and they usually, even when they're frozen, I don't care what anybody says, they're usually still frozen, or they're still usually good. So I don't know what happened with this one, but this was just not as spicy. But I'll blend these up when I want to bring out a jar, and I'll just add it to it. I have green beans that I can use one night. One of these peppers I was gonna go to my mom because she's just killing the poblanos, and I still have a ton down here. And then we have 2 things of broccoli that we'll use this week, hopefully. And yeah, still the same. And see, I still have 2 bags of tomatillos. So we are working, and I still don't know what I'm doing with these cherries, guys. I don't know. But I had made beans, and I mean, it didn't even touch this, and I still have 12-pound beans. So we still have plenty of beans, plenty of masa, plenty of rice. I know that we can tell a difference here. We've definitely gone through some of these. We have definitely gone through some different things here. Like, we're almost out of broths. We've been using vegetables. We're finding some different recipes for like coconut milk. We've used a lot of our jar foods up here. So that's just paper goods. Oh, my baby will eat these. He'll eat these now. So definitely going through some stuff here. And then freezers. So this is coming out because this is a fun thing we're fixing to do. I'll show you what it is. But our freezers, I know, looks hugely improved here. So we still have ribs and we still have some gnocchi here. But we gave my mother-in-law those organ meats, and I cooked a big ham out of here, so it's definitely gone down some. We've been eating bacon. I think maybe we have 1 or 2 bacon left. We have a couple ham. So we have been eating this. We will be buying another pig for sure. We have a picnic roast and we have our Boston butt somewhere. Definitely eating through all of this food. So definitely a big difference here. Okay guys, so this is our grocery haul for this week. Couple things. We're gonna be having game night, so of course, or game day, because it's supposed to be a hurricane today, which if you look, doesn't really look like one. We're supposed to be in the middle of it, so yeah, the pool's looks good. We're replacing that fence, which you'll see in a video. So always cut up fruits and vegetables. I like to have it prepped. The kids like to eat it. They will snack on it. Pull out the hummus. You'll see some things I bought to go with it. Paper plates. I cannot wait till we do a Costco trip, probably next week, because I'm so tired of buying little stacks of paper plates. Need some more. Bought 3 gallons or half gallons of milk for the baby. We'll leave one, now that they can start going to grandma's house again, we'll leave one at her house. We did buy some saltines. My baby loves saltines for some reason, so he'll snack on those. We bought a couple different crackers. We just haven't had crackers, so we want to have some of these because I bought 2 cheese dips and we have hummus and we have all different kind of things. So I'm gonna do some snacking. I bought 2 things of bagels. We have butter, we have jelly, we have peanut butter, just something for the kids. If I have to, I'll stick one in the freezer. I had 1 box of Jiffy Corn mix. It takes 2, so I'm hoping, I might not use it this week. I know we're trying to spend as least as possible. This was, I spent $50 at Walmart, and I'll show you what I got. So we spent about $54 at Aldi's, and we spent $51 at Walmart. So this is all Aldi's. I'll show you what Walmart is. But we also, so now that my baby's finally eating some things, I'm hoping that we can try some different oatmeals. He'll eat grits, but we'll have to see. We also got some of these General Tso's chicken. I figured this would be super easy with some chicken thighs in a crock pot to go with rice. We're not gonna bread them because we're trying not to do that, but I figured this would be a cute little addition. And then I've seen these, I've heard where people take like a buttered chicken or these different things from Aldi's and just add a can of coconut milk and put it in the crock pot and serve it over rice and some broccoli and some green beans or whatever, and it makes a really nice sauce. I'm going to see which one we like. So there was chicken marsala, was it marsala? Chicken korma, and and then this butter chicken. So I figured we'll try the butter chicken first. So we'll use probably 2 of these. I got 2 things of eggs because these are only 74 cents and I rotate my eggs, so this will be good. 2 things of bananas, 2 things of mushrooms because I do want to make like a Swedish meatballs with the other one, and I add mushrooms and kale and spinach into anything I can. Oh, yep, see, I was right. Walmart was, nope, $50.62. We also got 2 cheese balls that we'll snack on. These I got for my sourdough starter. It says it's easier to use this. So I got 1 of these. I won't even use part of these, but I got these to put over my sourdough starter. I got 2 things of avocados because I have 1 daughter that will eat an avocado a day, and so will my baby. A thing of shredded cheese 5 pounds. These are only like $13, so it's so much better than even Aldi's. And I'm so weird about the taste of cheese. Like, I love cheese, but if it tastes weird or like too dry or anything, I don't like it. Then we got mom and dad a treat today. We got some little cups because we are doing a soda challenge with the kids of these funky sodas. And I'm actually going to do it in 2 parts on the same video just because I'm worried about them drinking 11 weird sodas. They're not going to drink the whole thing. But we got those so that everybody could try it. We got one of each. And then we got a filter. So that alone was $16. I know Sam's does it where we get, like, for the price that we pay for 1 filter, we get the allergen, but we get like 4 or 5 when they're $8 off. So they're on sale again. We'll get that, but because it's so hot in Florida and we have animals, we change these, and no matter what, like, that's just one thing we do. So that is our grocery haul. So again, just these little things here were Walmart, and then this was Aldi. So it doesn't look like a ton of stuff, but you know, the sauces and stuff, when you start adding $3 of sauce and the milks, they do add up. So this is our grocery haul. And what I'll do is I will record any videos or any meals that we make during the week besides leftovers, because we've got those 2 different leftover meals. And then I'll show you what our pantry's looking like afterwards. And as we continue to use chicken now and stuff, you'll be able to see the difference. But we still have a lot of meat. We're supposed to get our lamb at some point in August. I don't know exactly what day. I have to call her tomorrow. But yeah, so this is our grocery haul, and we'll show you some different things we cooked this week, or the kids cooked this week. So hey guys, I totally forgot to finish filming that meal that we made with the General Chow's chicken. We just cooked about 3 pounds of chicken breast, and we also had put it over some rice, and the kids love the pot stickers, so we ate through a whole bag of those. I think there was like 5 or 6 left for the next day. But other than that, we were so busy. We had so many doctor's appointments, all the kids, well visit, orthodontics, back and forth doing braces. So we just never got a chance to film dinners. It was just get it done, feed everybody, and move on. So I'm going to show you what our pantry kind of looks like right now. We did a small, so we're kind of balancing between using up all those odds and ends and meats that we have, but then also doing a stock up. So we think we're going to add another pig at the end of the year, so we kind of are still trying to eat down our freezer, but still the times that we're in, we don't want to get so far out that if something was to happen, we don't have supplies. So we're kind of doing both. Things that we don't use on a regular basis, we're still eating those up and getting rid of it. But things that we use all the time, we are going to have a somewhat of a stockpile, just so that we make sure that we can feed our family, because we do have a huge family. So I went to Bravo. If you don't know Bravo is like an international food store. It's like a grocery store. I mean, they have regular things, but like when you go to Publix or you go to certain other places, grocery stores that are higher end or Food Lions, you know, and you get things like Goya products or you want Spanish products, it's all, or even Caribbean, it's all isolated to like 1/5 of one side of an aisle. And the prices are generally higher because they don't sell a lot of it. We hear a lot of Spanish and other Caribbean islands and different things go and get supplies. So it's a better price. So I will show you. My husband cooked today. He smoked that Boston butt and our pork picnic from our pig. Our pig is almost gone. When you see how much is left, you're going to be like, whoo, you need a whole pig all by yourself. So we'll probably make some like pork tostadas, and I have that toast, and I have to show you my canning pantry. Actually, let me show you that right now. Here I have, I still have like lemonade concentrate, so we're using some of this as our stockpile. I made tomatillo salsa, you know, we have jalapenos, this is like blueberry jam, and so these are syrups. They don't have a ton of sugar in them, but they're concentrated. So these are really fun when we have a party. This is strawberry lemon and this is blueberry strawberry. We'll get one of those pitchers. I'll cut up a lemon or some fresh strawberries, and then you dilute this with water, and it's a flavored lemonade. And then you can sweeten it more if you want. So these are really fun. I also have them in the bigger sizes up here. So those are ready to go. More tomatillo salsa. I have it written on those. Jalapenos. Remember, I have here, my husband likes this like mix. I don't know if you can see it, where it's like carrots and onions and garlic and then the jalapeno slices, and I cut them thicker so we don't eat them as mushy. We have still like tri-berry. These are like, I started doing like half sugar, the low sugar pectin. One, because when I was pregnant, I got gestational diabetes. The second thing is, we don't like to eat a ton of sugar, but I mean, it's in jams and jellies, and we understand that, but just to cut it down. We still have like, what is that, 2 apple butters left. This is like gold, like everybody, and this thickens up when it goes in the fridge. Like all my family literally are like, oh, you have any more apple butter left? No, I'm not sharing. We have some peach cobbler jams in this size. We still have pineapple chunks. And I just made, and what's nice about doing some of this fruit here is that you could make it, the syrup is sweet or not sweet as you wanted it. So I really liked that. We have yet to open a jar up of this, but we're ready to try that. We have little ones here of like blueberry jam. This one was so popular. I don't even think I have bigger jars. So we also, this is like a peach cobbler. Let me say hi. Say hi. Over there screaming. So this is just instead of using a little bit of white sugar, I use brown sugar, and then some tri-berry, and this is more peach. We have some bigger ones. I have to take the rings off of this. These are chocolate raspberry sauce. It's a thicker sauce. We have strawberry jam, we have pickles, and my kids love these pickles. They turned out so well. When we have hamburgers or barbecue or something, I open one of these and it's gone. So I had 2 rows of pickles, and I have this and these 2 big jars. Like, that's all the pickles I have. I've eaten some of my tomato sauce, so I'll thicken this. I have a ton of tomato paste if I want it thicker, but I had canned a bunch of tomatoes and tomato sauce. So it's thin, but it's yummy. So that is I have some things here. So that's a lot of tomato sauce. I mean, for our family, we don't eat a ton of just marinara spaghetti. So, I mean, that'll last us. And then we have the smaller jars here. With that said, we want to be prepared. So we did do this haul. Now, I go here about every, I would say like 9 months. So when we go to smoke things or we do different like whole chickens in the Instapot, I'll take different marinades. So let me start here. Like, so we'll use that pork and we will do some pork tostadas. We love this Valentina, and we also use, I can't remember the brand, Cholula. So those are the 2 sauces we like. This one's a hotter, like picante, and then this is the more milder. So a couple of these, I really have to hide these from my 13-year-old. I mean, I don't know if he thinks it's a drink, but like you'll just see the bottle like slowly disintegrate. We got 6 of the mojo. These are really nice, and just add a couple cloves of garlics when we do our pork butts. And then we smoke them. It's also good with chicken. We got some of the sour orange. This makes a great marinade as well. And we'll add seasoning to it, but this is just a good base. What else? We got some of this Abuelita chocolate. This is like the best hot chocolate mix. You just, they come in these like little discs, and you put like a little bit of water to cover it, and it breaks down, and it's got cinnamon in it. And then once it's boiling, we add milk and then bring it up to whatever temperature you like. It's so good. I'll make this like with breakfast. The kids love this. We were out of coffee. I don't always drink this kind, but if I don't have like the Dunkin' Donuts from Costco or something, I'll fill in with this until I'm ready to go to Costco. And I know I need to go to Costco, but this is just, I really want to go through my stuff and make sure, like with laundry detergent and different things like that, that I'm not running too low, so that, you know, in a month we'll be, you know, crazy behind in all our stuff. So there are some things that we're going to get from the store, and one of them will be coffee, and we'll probably stock that a little bit. We also, now for the most part, I stock black beans and I stock pinto beans. And we make our own refried beans. I don't buy refried beans anymore. Since I met my husband, I learned how to do them, and they're so much better. So those are the beans normally we use. However, there's time, and that's what we're stocking in our pantry. So we buy a 12-pound bag of pinto beans and black beans that we always have. So I just made black beans, and I'll show you my black beans and my pinto beans. Like, I have a ton. But there's times when we just get a kind of like a hankering for something different. So I got some red lentils. I wanted to do a recipe with these. And you'll see that these are a lot smaller. Like, this is not really like a stock, like per bean for a year, but this is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different meals of beans on top of the beans we already have. So beans are just a great source of that. With some rice is a great source of protein. So like I'll do like a ham and bean soup with this 16 bean soup. I also wanted to get one of these because I made all that chicken broth. So this would be great to put some ham hocks or in some of that chicken broth and some of these beans and make like a 16 bean soup. So I think I'm gonna do that with that. So got 2 of those, got 2 of the small red beans, because sometimes red beans and rice is just nice. And then I got some green lentils. And then this is something, so when I do like over chicken and just make a side of rice, and we cook the chicken first, and then the adobo, this is concentrated. So this is like a thick like paste. So you dilute this, it's like 1 part this and 4 parts like chicken broth. And you can use it for like making enchiladas or mole, putting over chicken, or, you know, whatever. But this is something I'm learning how to cook the food that my husband was raised on, but there's times that like I don't know how to make it authentically, and there's certain flavor spots that you want to hit. So sometimes even my mother-in-law will use these and cheat, she says. So this is the brand that she's always had me use. But I really do like mole on chicken and just some rice and like a salad. So these are some easy meals, and I'll use the adobo probably for like enchiladas, or like make it as like a sauce. So that's what we'll use. And then there's cute little jars, and the kids, these are glass, and the kids like to like drink out of them. I know. So it's like you end up with a whole like thing of dishes. So got 4 of those. So this costs $77. But again, you know, these things won't last long. Well, maybe, because we don't eat them all the time. When it gets cold, those chocolates will be gone. And the beans will last, because if I make a 16 bean soup now, I probably won't make it again until like December. So it really does stretch out, because we might eat beans once a week or every 2 weeks as far as like making a pot of beans. But so this really does last. So let me show you. My fridge is not clean. We still have leftovers. So I'm on my 2nd jar of tomatillo. This turned out so good. It wasn't as spicy, but I have fresh jalapenos that my husband had got, so I just puree more and put it in there so they're fresh. We had bought eggs last time, so we shared this too, but this was the pork butt and the pork picnic, and it's just, we pierced it and we put a bunch of garlic cloves in it and seasoning. And so this we will eat on tostadas, we'll eat maybe some pork tacos, and then also too, I will, if there's any left, I'll mix some barbecue sauce into it and make pulled pork sandwiches. And so we'll eat on this, because we don't have all the kids this week, we'll eat on this for all week. And I mean, we'll get tired of it, but We can always freeze it if we don't want it. And this bark part, this dark part, is just so yummy. We got a couple of those pot stickers left. You know, anytime I go to my mother-in-law's house, I always come back with things. So she had made tostadas and different things, and I think these are peppers. This is con leche. And I had a bunch of carrots. So my husband at work was given probably, these were like super fat carrots, probably like 60 jalapenos that are super spicy, cucumbers, oh my gosh, I don't even, tomatoes. He got apples, cucumbers, I mean just all kinds of stuff. So we cut them up and he's been snacking on them. There's still a couple of these meat things that I had cut up. We're still working on this hummus. We've just got a very little bit of vegetables. I was gonna go this week to Costco, and I think I'm just gonna put it off 2 more weeks. Like I really want to get a solid list together. I still have garlic. When I made all of my tomatillo salsa, I needed like a ton of garlic, so I have a bunch. We still have some blueberries. This is from that box. I bought a box of cucumbers for like $10. There's like 15 of these in here, these big English cucumbers. So I'm down to 3. I still have some tomatoes, and I still have herbs. If I don't use these in the next week, whatever I don't, I freeze these. I have a little bit of lettuce, so we might get a few vegetables. I still have some cheese, still some ham, and then we're just eating the rest of these little salamis. But other than that, and I'm going to use this chicken broth. I mean, my husband used like a ton of garlic today. But we're going to use this chicken broth. And my mother-in-law says, she goes, one day just peel a bunch of garlic and put it in a jar. And I did it. And I love having this because when you buy it in the bags already in blocks like this, I feel like it's not very strong. You use a lot less when it's fresh. It's really aggravating, but you know, I was watching someone's YouTube channel and I sat there and watched a 30-minute video and I had a whole container of garlic, and it's fresh for a long period of time. So I mean, we still have these salad dressings. You can see they're winding down. The kids are really enjoying having all the different flavors, and this is just some ginger. So this looks, oh, my thing's beeping at me, my fridge. So this looks different. We still have a couple sandwiches. The kids ate so many of them, I think they're just tuckered out. I opened like a 6-pound bag of chicken from the, where was it? The deep freezer. And I cooked it with the General Chow's chicken seasoning. And I have this. I'll probably use that next time with the kids. And there's a jerk chicken, or I'll use a mojo seasoning or something. These veggies I'm not like pushing out. When I use my big chickens, I'll make some more broth, but I want to use the broth I have. And then down here, down here used to be like little egg rolls and crab rangoon. We did not like those from Aldi's. We were not fans. We have another meal. These are like spinach, like little like Greek things. We'll eat those one time. And this is what I do with my fresh herbs. I just stick them in this glass container. It doesn't break. And when I want to do my chickens, whole chickens or something, I'll put them in here and they work just fine. And then we still have a couple roast and one thing of barbecue, and then just popsicles. And then this fridge, I have a feeling this freezer is just gonna go at some point. So I'm trying not to fill it. It's got mostly vegetables and some cheese, but I have enough room in my deep freezer and my front freezer. If this goes, you know, I can do something. Still have tomatillos. I mean, we've eaten the broccoli out. We still have green beans, and I think we still have one broccoli, but again, we're eating through the cheese, so you know, at some point we'll get through the rest of that. But this is a lot lower because we've eaten some of the frozen vegetables. And then this is what I was talking about, guys. So these are huge. I keep my coffee up there. These are huge bags or containers of black beans and pinto beans. So, I mean, these hold almost 12 pounds. So, I mean, you can look at that as 24 pounds of beans plus the beans that I already have. And I know it's really hard to see this, and this is like some kind of crazy. We are going through all of this week because, you know, some of these are completely empty and some have very little left. So we're gonna go back through it so we can see what we have and what we don't have, and you know, just even containers up here. Like I have an empty container. I know I keep 2 for masa, 1 for powdered sugar, 1 for oatmeal, and then I have a rice here, and then I have a rice back there. So when I buy rice, I tend to buy, so this will hold like 12 pounds and 12 pounds. So it'll hold close to 20, I think it's close to 20 pounds of rice. And then I'll just leave some in a gallon bag, and then we'll eat through it. And I don't really have a problem with bugs. I'm not trying to save food for a year. It's just, I don't have the room for it. But this rice and this rice, like if I eat beans and rice or use it as sides, this would last us way more than 3 months. This is more like 6 months because you only use a cup of rice, plus we have other things. So yeah, so I'm not trying to save that much, but there's some different things in here, and some, you know, we can't even get to everything, so I need to organize it. The other thing is, here's another bean, for instance. If you've ever seen Our Tribe of Many, Sarah's husband is from Kenya, and he makes like green grams. So I wanted to, or mung beans. You know, I think every country calls them something different, but I got these online and I liked how they had their little container. So we're gonna try these and see. I'm gonna use one of their recipes and see if I can make them. These were, I think, like $9.99, but just a different flavor. We'll use it for a different recipe. I have some coconut milk and different things I want to use. So, you know, here's another bean that we'll have. But I need to go through all of this. This is my household project. I organized this, I can't tell you how many times. But again, we're going through soaps. I have a ton of soap. There was one soap that nobody liked. I think it was the Caress. I only use Dove. And the girls said that they would use it and they just don't like it. So I'll probably donate that to somebody. But like we've stored some things up, like this is milk, you know, we have drinks and different things. So I really need to go through it. You know, starting to get low on paper towels. Look, I have kids that come through here. They don't know it, but they're going to be helping me. You know, like there's certain things we don't need, but like keeping things, I think being realistic on what you eat and not stocking what you don't. Like, see, we have the white rice. We also have 2 things of yellow rice. We have extra maple syrup. We have our Olive Garden dressings. I have peanut butters, and I have more jellies there. I might take those inside, but we still have tomato paste. We still have coconut milk and vegetables. So some of this stuff will turn into a pantry. And then I think what we're going to do, I really wanted to eat down some of this stuff, which we have, but some of these things like hot chow chow, that is down here. We really, in the clam juice, I really need to pull off things that we don't use, like lemon juice and different things like that. We can keep that and just keep that and still use different things. So I really need to go through, you know, also to like having things like these peppers down here. We make Mississippi pepper or Mississippi roast and Mississippi chicken. So we don't necessarily have to eat all of that, but it's just these extra little things that we kind of want to get through. Okay, freezer time. Guys, look. I know you remember my freezer. This is what's left. I mean, I've pulled out my pork picnic. I've pulled out lots of things. But, I mean, I still have bison. I still have another thing of pot stickers. I have plenty of chickens. Those are shrimp. We'll probably eat those one time. These are really nice. These are like London broils. These are great to have like a beef salad right now. So we'll keep this, and like a night that, you know, we're just probably in the next week, I'll probably use this if I'm going to be honest. We'll do, I'll chop this up, a little bit of blue cheese or feta or whatever, and make like a steak salad. This is really good. It's pre-sliced. It's great cold, but if you want to warm it, you can. We have a thing of brats. We still have, this is all of our deer meat that I still have to use. I think I'm going to save this for chili because I really like deer meat chili. So we'll probably use that a different day. I still have whole chickens. I still have bacon here and some hamburgers, and you know, we have luncheon meat, another thing of gnocchi, and then these are, we'll have a rib meal one night. These are the ribs. And then of course, you know, we still have, this is all, okay, so this is what I'm going to show you. So down here, like, we have butter and meat and more ground beef. So chickens, we're good. So we have 5 pork chops is all from our cow. This is another thing of pork chops down here, but this is from our cow. 5 things of pork chops. We have 3 things of sausage. This is like a little bacon that I would do like in cowboy beans. I'll show you that. The kids love it. And here's a ham hock. We have 1 bacon and 3 ham hocks, or 3 ham slices. So the ham, if we have all the kids with us, we would eat 3 packages of this because there's only 2 in here. And so to have any kind of leftovers, one night with the kids, we'll have ham steaks and I'll cook all 3 packages on the grill. I just used all those meatballs. So I made last week I took gnocchi and I made like a beef meatball, and I put brown gravy mix, and I put Lipton French onion soup, and I made it like a thick, and I put mushrooms and onion and garlic. It was so good. And I mixed it with gnocchi, and the kids destroyed it. It was a half a bag of meatballs. These kids, the next day they were fighting over who got to eat the leftovers. So, I have another one. These are Italian style, but I'll find something to do with these. I have another whole thing of hamburgers. When we cook hamburgers, especially these, remember I started this summer and I had 3 of those. When we cook hamburgers, I'll just cook all 18 and I'll use those for lunches one week. Like, I'll be like, are you feeling hamburgers? Yes or no. If they are feeling hamburgers, and they'll eat it sometimes with just melted cheese on it, but they have to be feeling it because, you know, 4 of them, and then you include me and my husband, if we ate it, that's really only 3 meals because we all eat one. And then, but there's sometimes that my husband and our oldest son will eat a second one. So, you know, they'll eat those for lunches. I have big cans of, what is it called? Baked beans. So I'll make beanie weenies one night. Something easy. We have beef stew mix in here. There's a whole nother bag of chicken thighs. So that's another 2 meals, you know, a month. Or, you know, every other week we use that. It's really easy. And we have plenty of hamburgers. So I'll probably make up some sloppy Joe mix as well and get that in the freezer because it's just super easy for my husband, and the kids love it. And I also have roasts in there. So it's getting, and I have butter. So it's getting a lot lower, and we're supposed to get our lamb in a couple weeks. We're just really enjoying the fresh meat. The kids don't have like as many tummy troubles when they're here. I don't have tummy troubles. You know, it's just been a different quality. So we're excited to be getting our cow. I'm sure that will last us longer than our pig did. But as you can see, we had half of the pig and that's what we have left. So we are pretty sure we'll get another pig in December unless he has more. If he has more before that, we'll probably get one before that because we like having the fresh animal. But what I think we're going to do is change our fridge in the laundry room to an upright fridge, and so we can put maybe like our pork and our lamb in there and our chicken and our beef in here and just be able to organize it. I know it's a deep freezer and everybody's like, oh, do an upright. Deep freezing, I feel like it lasts longer and it gets colder and it stays colder. So I want to get some crates like I have on the shelf so that I can put like all my ground beef in one and all my pork chops. And that way when I'm stacking it, it's easier to move than everything falling all over the place. So I'm really sorry we didn't do many cook with me's. It's just, you know, sometimes you have those weeks as parents and you're just like, I'm just getting everything done, and you want to get through it with a grateful heart, and you want to do what needs to be done. So sometimes you just have to give things away. So we were able to get all our meals done, you know, eat at home, but the filming just didn't happen this week. So we'll be back on it this week coming up. We're pretty good on milk. I might have to get some stuff for the baby. If so, I'll insert that. I'll probably go tomorrow and just get a couple more little things. Like we have sweet potatoes. We have all kind of stuff still that we got from my husband's work. That we'll go through, and we'll show you how we organize. And we just want to be good stewards of money. I think that's really important, especially in the times we're in. So we really want to go through and see, what do we want to stock? What do we want to keep in stock? What would we need to survive and still have snacks and, you know, fun stuff? And if we want chocolate or whatever we want to stock and keep around in case things got sticky like they did with COVID-19, and still be able to function and not have to join that mad rush to get toilet paper or bleach wipes or hand soap or anything. Like, just not have to be part of that. And I think keeping whole animals in the freezer, you know, at any time, we still could probably get 3 to 4 months out of this freezer, and not even think twice. I mean, we have food that we would be fine with, and we have toilet paper, and that's the most important thing. But just, you know, having options and things like ketchup and mustard. So certain things like that, we're going to reorganize and just be really cognizant of like what we use, and not just stocking it because, you know, you'll see a lot of videos where people say, well, you should have this much of this and this much of this. Well, for us to have 2 things of mayonnaise would probably last us a year, because unless I make chicken salad or something, we don't really eat mayonnaise. I have one daughter who would rather eat mayonnaise and doesn't like mustard. My face is all red. I'm in the garage. But other than that, unless I cook with it, we don't eat it. So it's not going to serve me any kind of purpose to have 12 mayonnaise on my shelf. Now, 6 mustard and 12 ketchup, that's more realistic. So you really have to take into account what your family eats, what your family is going to use, because you don't want to go and spend all this money on food that you don't even really need because you don't use it regularly. And then just kind of streamlining it. You know, you can't keep every single little thing you're going to need. Spices, broths, different things like that. You have to really look at your storage. I wouldn't store a bunch of chicken broth and beef broth because I don't have a ton of room. But I got frozen chickens, and I've got, you know, the big containers of chicken bouillon and beef bouillon and vegetable that I can easily use instead of keeping, and I can reconstitute it myself. So those are some of the little tricks that we'll go over. But sorry about not having some meals this week, but we hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.